Hey guys, so in one of my previous videos I mentioned doing a video on sensitivity and knowing if you're right for the field and how I decided if I was. So this is going to be the video. I'm just going to address the big question, like, is the medical field, is RT right for me? Of course, I will talk about my own experience deciding, and everything I put in here is just my opinion of some questions you might want to ask yourself. None of it is going to be something that I personally tell you, like, is deferred. I would never tell someone that they're right or wrong for this field. It's something to keep in mind. At the end of the day, it's your choice to make, whether you think it'll be the right fit for you, and if you think that you're going to go to your job happy and you're going to love it and you're going to be excited to get up in the morning to go to your job, that's going to be the main determining factor if this is the right field for you, or if any field you go in is right for you, to be honest. You don't want to do a career that doesn't make you feel that way, because you're just wasting your time. Nothing pays you enough to be miserable. Trust me. I'm gonna put that out first too. If you think that you're going into this because you want a paycheck, they do not make that much money. I'll tell you that. In comparison to the job that I'm doing now, when I was full-time and doing the most I could do at my job, I was making about the same. Few more dollars, to be honest. It's not that much of a difference. Probably after taxes, it's probably not different at all, to be completely honest. So there are jobs out there that you can do that will get you just as much money as respiratory therapy. So don't do it for the money. You'll just be burnt out. This is a high intense program. This is people's lives you're dealing with. You can't be thinking about the check. I mean, everyone thinks about the check, but it can't be your driving force to do this, because you'll just end up going back to school for something else or wanting to quit and doing something else. It's just not worth it. So think about that. Number 2, discipline. Ask yourself if you're a disciplined person, because this is an intense program. You're going to be having to study a lot outside of class. You're going to have to show up to class on time every day, not miss anything, be awake in class the whole time, really understand concepts. Don't just read a chapter and expect to know what it's talking about. Sometimes you will read it a couple times and still not know what the heck it's talking about. I'll probably do another video on study techniques, what works for me, because I can't just read a chapter and know what it's saying, especially in EGANS, and it goes into tangents and stuff. So I kind of adapted a method of my own. Yeah, so just know if you have the discipline to actually be a part of a program like this, because it asks for a lot and you kind of don't get breaks. Well, if you're going to a proprietary school, it's non-stop. You don't get summer vacation or anything like that. If you're going to community college, you probably have your summer break and spring break and stuff like that. Just keep that in mind. And the biggest thing for me when I was deciding if respiratory therapy was the right field for me was my emotions. I'm a highly emotional person, I'll be honest. I have anxiety. I'm very sensitive. Sometimes I can get into funks. I don't suffer from depression. I I get in funks like any normal person. So those are just things that I had to think about. For anxiety especially, you can't have paralyzing anxiety where you can't perform. All these things I was asking myself, is it going to hold me back from my job? Will I not be able to perform? That was the big question. I've never really been in a high anxiety, high stressful environment like an ER would be, where you're running a code. So I was really thinking about my anxiety. Would I be able to get over it and follow directions 100% to the T and be able to focus on what I'm doing? And, at the end of the day, I thought about it, and my drive to do it and the reasons why I was doing it outweighed the costs. My sensitivity, same thing. I would get sad I would think I would get sad if one of my patients passed away, but would it paralyze me and prevent me from taking care of the next person? I had to think about that. And I never experienced death before this program, so that was a hard thing for me to think about. So I thought about it long, hard, in real detail, because I never experienced it when I first started this program. I even had an interview, and they asked me, like, how do you cope with death? And I told them straight up, hey, I haven't experienced it yet. Death is a natural part of life. I know that, and in my head I would accept it, but, like, there's no telling how someone's going to react to something like that. And I told them that. And I told them, I hope when the time comes that I do experience it, I can rely on coworkers, or I can rely on my, classmates to be there, because at the end of the day, they're going to be the ones who understand what's going on more than someone in my own life. Yeah, I can ask friends and family for support, but death in your career and in your field is a little different than, a personal death, I think. I don't know. Each death is different. I talk about that in my previous video, but yeah, I kind of told him that, and I was honest, and I'm like, I don't know. What are they gonna do? Wait until someone in my life dies? That sucks. But yeah, so when that question comes up for you guys, just be honest. If in your interview, always be honest, because they're asking you these questions for a reason, to determine if you're well suited for this. And that's why you're probably watching this video, to see if you're well suited for this. So use that interview as a guideline too. What else? Another thing for my sensitivity, a lot of people in my life think that I'm gonna fail because of it. Especially my family. When I was younger, I was very grossed out with bodily fluids and stuff like that, and I was really sensitive. I'd always cry, and I'm pretty sure my family, they haven't said it because they're sweethearts, but I'm pretty sure they're waiting to see if I fail. But one person in particular, one of my friends, they straight up told me, they're like, you're gonna fail in your career because you're too sensitive. And to me, I just told them bye. In a way where they knew I didn't want them in my life because of that, and I emphasize that because I don't think that they should treat anyone that way in the future, because, like Eleanor Roosevelt said, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Completely true, and that's exactly why I had to cut that person. Now, I know it might seem silly, but I can't have that type of negativity in my life when I'm focusing on a goal that I'm setting for myself, and that I've already thought about that issue. I've already determined that my drive outweighs my own personality, and I've got over it, and I've worked hella hard. I'm halfway through my program. I've already experienced clinicals. I got through my first round. I addressed all my fears in my first round. Most of them. Not all of them. But I've addressed a big part of my doubts already. You know, I don't need someone dragging me down and waiting for me to fail, because it's stupid and it's petty. And you just don't need that type of person in your life. I don't, you don't. So think about that. You have it in you to accomplish so much if you set your mind to it. If you really want this, you will get it and you will do it. That's simple. But if you're not sure if you want it, and you're letting other people's opinions get in the way of you achieving this, at the end of the day, you got what you limited yourself to have. You don't have a limit. You can do it. You just have to believe in yourself. My teacher in the beginning of my program, he told us, if all we're getting is an education in respiratory therapy, we're not getting everything we paid for this program, which is so beyond true. I've seen myself grow so much as a person, and I've changed so much. It's ridiculous how much I've changed and how much I've seen my classmates change too. It's freaking amazing. Like, I thought I was an adult already coming into this program because I'm old and I have life experience, but you're always growing as a person, and this will make you grow up real fast if you're not grown up. But just keep these things in mind. See if your drive outweighs the things that you're thinking that could cause your self-doubt. If you can do it, no, you can do it if you believe you can. There's no ifs. It's either, do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this? So keep that in mind. I hope this helped you out. I hope someone comments so we can have a conversation about it instead of it just being another post. I know this was a big deal for me, so I'm hoping I get some response to it. You don't have to be embarrassed if certain parts of your personality are a little weaker than other people. You can always flip it around. Getting over challenges just builds character, in my opinion. So just let me know if this was helpful at all. If you have any questions, comment below. Look out for my next video on balancing your life. I'm gonna do something about how I balance my life, my personal life with my work life, with my education. So hopefully that can help you guys out a little bit as well. And I think it's a good thing because I kind of started talking about friendship here, so good transition, right? Okay, bye.